Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
What
Good
was the homework
afternoon,
given?
ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon. What was the homework given to you that we want to search it? What is the geometry interpretation behind Simpson one-third and three-eighth rule? Have you searched it? Because I told you what is the geometric interpretation behind the trapezoidal rule. Because we have already studied what is the trapezoidal rule, how to find out this, right? We are using the idea of Riemann integration in that, right? Yes, anyone search for this homework? Okay, just at least tell me whether you understood whatever I told you yesterday about the trapezoidal rule. हॅलो आहेत का जागे? Let us go for the next example, which we will solve by the trapezoidal one-third and three-eighth rule. This is somewhat different example. Here, what we have to do, we have to find area under the curve, which is given like integration 0 to pi by 2 under root sin x dx for n equal to 9. What do you mean by n equal to 9? That means we have to divide it into 9 subinterval and then we have to find out what is the value of this integration. Okay. For that you can prepare the table like say these are values of x and y. For x we have to start with 0 and we have to divide this 0 to pi by 2 in 9 equal subintervals. Right. So what will be the first one? Yes, we have done it already in the real analysis. How to divide any closed interval, say it is 1 to 2. If I want to divide it into n equal parts, n equal parts. Have you studied this? Number of part as the number of partition increases, we will get the correct area under the curve. Right? Number of partition increases, then LPF decreases or UPF decreases.
LPF increases, ma'am.
LPF increases and UPF decreases.
Right. So here also we have to first divide the interval into n equal to 9, that is 9 equal parts. Yes, what will be the next point? Corresponding to 0, I can write it as simply 0 because sine 0 is 0. Yes, how to divide this? Is it so difficult to divide this interval into 9 equal parts? Okay. Uh, what you do for real analysis if you want to divide any interval into some say 10 equal parts? What do you do for real analysis one? Hmm. Have you studied real analysis one in the semester one?
Yes, ma'am.
Then No one remember how to divide the interval? You haven't done the homework also. What was a dramatic interpretation behind Simpson 1/3 and 3/8? Let us go. If we want to divide this 0 to pi by 2 into n equal parts, so what we have to do is first we have to divide by 9. So what will be the first interval, first point here is pi by 18. What will be the next point? Pi by 9. Next is pi by 6. Then 4 pi by 18. 5 pi by 18. Then pi by 3. Actually, it is 6 pi by 18. So we can write it as 5 by 3, 7 pi by 18. Divided this interval into 7 pi by 18. And after that, 8 pi by 18. Next is 9 pi by 18, which will be nothing but pi by 2. Right? So we have divided this into 9 equal parts. Right? This one is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. Okay. Now you have to write down this corresponding values. Let me write down here only 0.1736. Next is 0.342. Is 0.5, 0.642. Next 0.766. 0.866. Next is 0.939. For this one, 0.984. And for the last one, we know for pi by 2 it is 1. Okay. So write down this and try to find out by using Simpson 1/3, 3/8 and trapezoidal rule. Okay. Before finding that, can you tell me directly the answer from direct calculation? Integration 0 to root pi by 2 under root sin x. Do it and tell me fastly what is the answer for this. What is the answer from direct calculation without using this formulas?
Ma'am, it is 2 by 3.
Yes, everyone getting the same answer 2 by 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, correct. So if you write 2 by 3, so what will be the answer in the decimal points? Okay, before that, I want to ask, right, how you have solved under root sin x? For sin x, what you have substituted so that you can solve this integration?
Ma'am, sin x is equal to t put up.
अच्छा, sin x equal to t you have put. Okay, fine.
आणि लिमिट चेंज होते ना.
हाँ, right.
पुट केली.
Okay. You have to verify now. You should get answer very nearer to 2 by 3 after solving by trapezoidal rule as well as by Simpson 1/3 3/8, right? Okay. Now if I want to solve this example by trapezoidal rule, so what will be the formula? Let us write down the formula for solving this by using trapezoidal rule. Okay. How many values we are provided with? Say this is what x naught, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8, x9. Okay. So total we have 10 values, right? So x9 we have to fix out. So we can say the integration is from x0 to x9 y dx is equal to, say, what will be the answer? It is equal to h by y naught as it is plus 2 times this term, and the last one we have to keep this yn. What is n in this case? 9. Here we have to write the remaining values y1, y2, y3, y4, so on. The last is y kit, right? Now you are having all the values. Put up the values and tell me the answer. What is the answer by using trapezoidal rule? Okay. Now no one asked me what should be the h. What you will take h? Hello. h काय घेणार आहे कॉमन वेट?
Pi by 18
करेक्ट.
घ्यायचं.
5/18 is a value of h.
मग ते पायला आपण 3.142 पुटअप करून h ची व्हॅल्यू काढू शकतो ना.
No, in this case, now if you are doing the calculations with pi, you have to convert your calc in the radian mode.
रेडियन मध्ये कन्वर्ट करू.
So then you can calculate.
थँक्यू मॅम.
So this is what a formula for our 1/3 rule. What is the answer for trapezoidal one-third rule? Yes, is it so difficult to solve? I have given you formula as well as values. Just you have to put up in your calci.
मॅम ते ट्रॅपेसिटी रूटसाठी 0.9971 येतं का?
0.99.
9971.
Okay. Anyone getting the same answer? 0.9971?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 0.971.
Correct. Hmm. Yes, what are the answer for one-third rule? Yes, what is the answer for one-third rule?
It's 0.9415.
0.9415. Okay. Similarly, you can solve it by using 3/8 rule. Okay, now I want to tell you some important points about this 3/8 rule. What is the important point in this 3/8 rule? As we have studied in the first example, you come to know that the 3/8 rule cannot be used for the first example, right? Because in the first example, we were having only x0, x1, and x2, 0, 0.5, and 1. These are our values of x, right? So you can use a 3/8 rule only if n is multiple of 3. What do you mean n is multiple of 3? That means we should have at least 4 values. That means x0, x1, x2, and x3. Right? This is not xn. So this n is, it should be multiple of 3. Here also you can see we have x9. So 9 is multiple of 3. Hence we can use a Simpson's 3/8 rule. Okay. Many things that I have shared you on your Google Classroom, you have to first search what is geometry interpretation between this Simpson one third and create rule. So after that, I will ask you what is the Simpson one-third rule, create rule, geometric interpretation. Okay. Now let us go for the next point, that is how to solve any differential equation by using our numerical method. Okay. That means we can say it is numerical solutions of ordinary differential equations. Numerical solutions of ordinary differential equations. Okay. So here actually we are provided with, say, one differential equation is given to us, dy by dx is equals to, say, some f of xy with some initial condition. What are the initial conditions? Say y of x naught is equals to y naught is some initial condition given to us. We have to now see the two methods. First one, we have to go for the series of y in terms of powers of x. That means which is nothing but our Taylor series. Now, from the set of tabulated values also we can find out. The first method is Taylor series method. With the help of that, we can find out the solutions of ODE. The second one is with the help of given set of tabulated values. We are provided with given set of tabulated values of x and y. In that case, we are having again two subcases, two methods. The first one is Euler's method and Euler's modified method. First is Euler's method and second is Euler's modified method. Okay. So first one we will go one by one. First we'll see Euler's method and then Euler's modified method, and then we'll go for the Taylor series. That means how to solve any differential equation by using a Taylor series. Okay. So here simply what is a way given to us is simply when we are having one differential equation and with some initial conditions are provided, and now we have to solve this differential equation by using our numerical methods. Okay. Now for that, first we will see what is Euler's method. Actually this method we have studied already in the differential equation, right? It is not much more difficult that we have seen in the differential equation. Yes, anyone remember approximations method in somewhere in the third or fourth chapter in the differential equation paper? Method of approximations. Here we are having one differential equation with some initial conditions, say y of x naught is equal to y naught. Now what we have to do, we have a set of tabulated values, say xn is equals to x naught plus n into h, right? Now let me name this as, say, equation 1. Now if I want to integrate this equation, what will be the integration of this equation with respect to x? Okay, we have to find out the integration of this equation with respect to x. So what will be the integration? It is, say, as we are doing the integration is with respect to x as well as derivatives with respect to x. So resultant we will get a function itself, that is y of x within the limit, say, now firstly we are going to integrate within the limit, say, x naught to x1, which is equal to, say, integration x naught to x1. Since we are not knowing what is a function f, so we will keep it as it is. Okay. So this will be equal to y of x1 minus y of x0 is equal to integration x0 to x1 f of xy dx. Right. Now we have to put this as this f of xy. Right. Assuming that means as we want to solve this, that's why we will assume this f of xy is equal to some f of x naught y naught. Since if we assume this function value at x naught and y naught, okay, what will be the value of function at x naught and y naught? It will be some constant. To solve this integration, we are assuming this, right? Okay, here we have assumed f of xy is equal to some function f of x naught y naught, because the value of function we have evaluated at some point x naught y naught, since x naught and y naught are given to us, right? With the help of initial conditions, y of x naught is equal to y naught is given, right? We are going to use that. So if I use this will be some constant number which will be outside of integration, say f of x naught y naught, and we remains with integration x naught to x1, and here we have y1 minus y naught. Y of x1 is nothing but your y1. So hence we can write this as y1 is equals to y naught plus this f of x naught y naught. Integration with respect to x will be simply x, say within the limit x naught to x1, which we can write on the next step. Y1 is equals to y naught plus f of x naught y naught x1 minus x naught, right? What is the value of this x1 minus x0? This is what a difference between the two consecutive values, and every time this we are writing as value of h, right? Consecutive values we have, and the difference between the two consecutive values we can write it as h. Okay, similarly we can do the integration within the limit x1 to x2. Here we have done the integration within the limit x0 to x1. Now we can find out the integration with from x1 to x2. So in this way, if I found the integration within the limit x1 to x2, it will be equal to y2 is equals to y1 plus h into f of x1 y1. Okay, first we have to find out y1 with the help of y0. Y0 is known to you. F of x0 y0 also can be found, right? Since x0 and y0 given to us, you can find out a function value at point x0 y0. H is also given. From given tabulated values you can calculate. So first with the help of y0 you can find out y1. With the help of y1 we can find out y2, right? At least now you can remember in the differential equation we have done this by using approximation method. So in this way if you continue, we can have the value of y3 we can calculate with the help of y2 plus h into f of x2 y2. So continuing in this way we can have yn plus 1 is equals to yn plus h into f of xn yn, or in another way we can write yn is equal to yn minus 1 plus h into f of xn minus 1 yn minus 1. Okay, this is what a Euler formula, and no doubt it is not a correct method. Since why it is not a giving you a correct answer or answer which is very nearer to your correct value, because here we have substituted f of xy as some function f of x naught y naught. Okay, here we have substituted value of a function f of xy simply at some value x naught and y naught, right? So hence it will give you answer, but no doubt, but in it is not a very approximate answer, right? Sometime it may be, we can say the value of error is large, whatever the answer we are going to find out with the help of a Euler's method. So Euler itself modified his method after some time. So he has reduces the error in that. Okay. Here we get the value of error is large in the case of Euler's method, and afterwards by using some another conditions, we get the value of error becomes less after getting the solutions. Okay. Have you understood this? Hello? First, we have any dy by dx is equal to f of xy. One differential equation is given with some initial condition. Now, if I want to solve any differential equation by numerical method, we have 2 to 3 methods. First one is Taylor series, second is Euler's method, and Euler's modified method. First, we'll go for the Euler's method, in which we are provided with dy by dx is equals to f of xy, and some initial conditions are given with the condition that we are having the xn is equal to x naught plus nh. What this condition ensures that the values of x are equally distributed, and here with the help of this, I can get the value of h. Okay. Now you have to directly integrate your equation 1, and after that, if you're not knowing the function f, you cannot proceed for the integration. So that's why by using those initial conditions, we have put up the value of a function f of xy as f of x naught y naught. That means value of a function we have evaluated at a point x naught y naught, which will be some constant, and by using this constant, we got the value of y1, right? So here we have found the y1 with the help of y naught. This is what a step-by-step procedure, no? So this is approximations method we have already used in our differential equation. Similarly, we can find y2 with the help of y1, and in this way we have to proceed. In this very similar way, we have to solve the examples also. So in general, we can write yn plus 1 is equals to yn plus h into f of x and y. Okay. Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
If not, let me go for solving one or more example, and after that we'll go for the what is the Euler's modified method, and then we'll go for the Taylor series. Okay, solutions of any differential equation by using the Taylor series. Okay, write the question. Solve the ordinary differential equation using Euler's method. Solve the ordinary differential equation by using Euler's method with the initial condition y of 0 is equal to 1. Okay, what is our equation provided to us is x plus y square. X plus y square. Initially, we have written this is nothing but some function in x and y. So dy by dx is equal to some function given to us with the initial conditions y of 0 is equal to 1. Okay, we have to find out this from x equal to 0 to x equal to 0.4 or h equal to 0.1. Okay, we have to proceed for using the value of h equal to 0.1. Okay, you will understand this by using this condition. What is the condition given for values of x's? See, first we will write down what is x naught. X naught is 0, and corresponding value of y naught is 1. Y of 0 is equal to 1 is the initial condition. Now, what is the function? F of xy is equals to x plus y square. Now, what is the condition? Xn is equal to x naught plus n into h, right? What do you mean by using using this from x equal to 0 to 0.4 is, first we have to find out what is x1. X1 can be found with the help of x naught is 0 plus n we are using as 1 into 0.1. That means value of x1 is 0.1. Similarly, I can find x2 is equal to x naught is again 0 into 2 times h. What is the value of h? 0.1. So it is 0.2. So x3 is equal to, again it will be 0.3. Now what will be the last term? X4. Again you can find out the value of x4 as x naught plus n into h. X naught is 0. 0 plus n is 4. Into h is 0.1. So it is 0.4. Right. So we have to find out up to 4 approximations. That means first we have to find out y1, y2, y3 and y4. Okay. So these are questions. All the ordinary differential equation dy by dx is equal to x plus y square by using Euler's method with the initial condition y of 0 is equal to 1. for x equal to 0 to x equal to 0.4 with the condition h equal to 0.1. Now we have found what is x1, x2, x3 and x4. Now what we have to do, we have to write here Euler's method formula. Okay. By using Euler's formula, we have yn plus 1 is equals to yn plus h into f of xn yn. Now put n equal to 0, we will get the values. If we put n equal to 0, what we will get? We will get first value, that is y1. By using n equal to 0, we get y1 is equals to y0 plus h is 0.1 f of x0 y0. What is x0? It is 0, y0 is 1 from the initial conditions. Okay, what is y0 we have? It is 1 plus 0.1 into what is the value of f of xy? A function is x plus y square. So value of x0 we have to write x0 plus y0 square. x0 is 0, y0 is 1. So what we get y0 square, that is 1 square plus 0, that is 1. And hence we get resultant value of y1 is 1.1. Okay. So corresponding to x1 equal to 0.1, we get the value of y1 is equal to 1.1. Okay. Now let us proceed for putting n equal to 1. If you put n equal to 1 in the Euler's formula, what we get? We get the value of a y2. y2 is equal to y1 plus h into f of x1 y1, which is equal to y1 we have calculated is 1.1, h is 0.1, f of x1 y1 is, here we can write it is x1 plus y1 square. Okay, here we can write it as 1.1 plus 0.1. x1 is nothing but your 0.1 plus y1 we have calculated is 1.1. Right? 1.1 square. Hence, now after doing these calculations, we get the result that is value of y2 is 1.231. So we can say here the value of x2 was 0.2. Corresponding to x2 equal to 0.2, we will get value of y2 as 1.231. Okay, now let us proceed for putting n equal to 2 in the Euler's formula. We get y3 is equal to y2 plus h into f of x2 y2. Okay, y2 we have calculated just now. It is 1.231 plus h is 0.1 into x2 plus y2 square. I hope everyone is solving this. Because for the MCQ exam, whatever you are going to appear for this time, you will not get the answer directly on the Google if you search it. What is the value of x2 we have? It is 0.2 plus y2 square, that is 1.231. It's a square. And after doing some calculations, we get the value of y3 equal to. Yes, tell me what is a y3 if you are solving the exam.
Y3 is 1.4025.
Okay, y3 is 1.4025. 0.025. Okay. Let us proceed because we have to find out the answer up to x4 equal to 0.4. Here we get the value of y3 for x3 equal to 0.4. Y3 is 1.4025. Similarly, calculate for x4 and tell me what is the value of y4 for x4 equal to 0.4. And after that, you have to put it in the tabular values. Since here we have the values of x and y. What are the values of x? It is started with 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 and 0.4. Corresponding values we got it is 1, 1.1. Here the initial conditions is 1.1, 1.231 and the next we got is 1.402. Yes, the last one you have to tell me.
Last one is 1.6292.
1.6292. Yes, anyone getting the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us solve one more example, then we'll go for the next method, that is Euler's modified method. dy by dx is equals to 3x square plus 1 with the initial condition y of 1 is equal to 2. Here question is what? Estimate the value of y of 3. Okay. Estimate the value of y of 3 or you find the value of y of 3 by considering h equal to 0.5. Okay. dy by dx is equal to 3x square plus 1 and the condition is y of 1 equal to 2. Find out y of 3 with the condition h equal to 0.5. Written the example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is xn? We are provided is x naught plus n into h. So first we will find out x1 equal to x naught with, let me write down what are the values of x naught and y naught. From this condition we can say this is what x naught is 1 and y naught is 2. Right? We have to use the condition h is 0.5 and by using this condition h is 0.5 we have to go for 3. Right? For x equal to 3 we have to find out the value of y. Okay, what is x naught? It is 1 plus n into h. 1 into h is 0.5. So we get it is 1.5. x1 is 1.5. Similarly, we can go for x2 equal to x2 is x1 plus n into h. काय असेल? x naught plus n into h ना? 2 times h. X naught is 1, 1 plus 2 into 0.5 and hence we get the value of x2 equal to similarly calculate x3 equal to x naught plus n into h, that is x naught is 1 plus 3 into 0.5. We get the answer is x3 equal to what is x3?
2.5.
2.5. What is x4 then?
3.
So we have to find out for x4 equal to 3, we have to find out the value for y. Okay. Let us proceed for using the formula of Euler's method or numerical differentiation. Okay, for n equal to 0, we have to use a formula. Okay, first we have to write down the formula yn plus 1 is equal to yn plus h into f of xn yn. For n equal to 0, this will be y1 equal to y0 plus h into f of x0 y0. Okay, what is the value for y0? We have y of 1 equal to 2 now. From initial condition, h we are provided is 0.5. What is our function? 3x square. Instead of x, we have to write down here x0 square plus 1. We are doing this for x1, right? What was our value of x1? We have calculated is 1.5. Okay. For x equal to 1.5, we get the value of y is काय असणार आहे y1?
4.
2. Okay. Similarly, let us proceed for the next one, that is y2 is equal to, for n equal to 1, we will get y2 is equal to y1 plus h into f of x1 y1. Hence, y1 is equal to, what is our value of y1? We have calculated 4 into 0.5 plus 3x1 square. What is the value of x1 is 1.5 square plus 1. And hence we get the value of y2 is 7.875. Calculate y3 and tell me what is y3. Because we have to calculate that one only, no? No, sorry, actually we have to find up to y4 because for x4 we are having the value of x4 is 3. So corresponding to x4 equal to 3, we have to find out y4. Solve it and tell me what is the answer. Up to y4 you have to calculate.
Fourteen point three seven five.
14.375.
14.375, it is y3, na?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what the answer corresponding to x3 equal to 2.5. Calculate up to x4 and y4.
.25.
Okay. So here in this way we get value of y at x equal to 3, 20. Yes, what is the answer?
24.25.
Okay. Yes, everyone got the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Write down some examples for the homework of Euler's method. The first one is dy by dx is equal to minus 2xy square with the initial condition y of 0 is 1, considering h equal to 0.2. Next, divide x plus x upon y is equal to 0. 0 is equals to 2, considering h equal to 0.5. And in this case, we have the interval is 0 to 1. And in this case, we have interval is 0 to 2.
Ma'am, at which value we have to calculate?
See, what do you mean by this interval is given to us? Interval is given from 0 to 1, right? So if you calculate the value of h, right? H is 0.2. So in this way, first you have to calculate what is x1, x2, x3 and so on. Okay. For which value of x, if you are getting 1, up to then you have to stop, right? Suppose h is 0.2, what you will get the value of x1. Let me calculate this one. X1 is equals to x naught. What is x naught? It is 0 plus h. What is 0.2 n into h? N is 1. So we are getting x1 equal to 0.2. Okay, somewhere for some value of x, we will get it is equal to 1, right? And then you have to stop corresponding to that value of x. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Are you getting somewhere? Suppose here for x5 equal to, if you are getting 1, you have to stop the procedure. Here also we are provided 0 to 2, right? Because you have to calculate x1, x2 and so on. Somewhere you are getting x equal x of some suffix equal to 2. You have to stop the procedure. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, let us go for the next method, that is Euler's modified method.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes?
The in first example x at x5 1 आल्या व्हॅल्यू x5 ला 1 आली व्हॅल्यू तर ते आता वायफाय पर्यंत काढायचं का?
हो.
हा, थँक्यू मॅडम.
आय डोंट नो x5 पर्यंतच येईल. सपोज x2 काय येणार आहे इथे 2 इंटू
0.4 येतो x2.
0.4 येणार ना x2.
हा हा मॅडम.
x3 काय येणार आहे 0.6.
0.6.
x5 काय येणार आहे मग 0.8. हा x6 ला तुम्हाला 1 येणार आहे, राईट?
x1 ला 0.2, x2 ला 0.4, x3 ला 0.6, x4 ला 0.8 आणि x5 ला 1 मिळतं.
Here it is forget. So here x4 will point. Let's say or maybe you can do Next example, up to 2 you can. Let's go for the next one. You modified method.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
I am at home, so it is having some range problem. Because everything is closed now on Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you are continuing with अगर बहुत ज़्यादा आवाज़ कट के आ रहा है तो आप बोल दो, हम लेक्चर स्टॉप करेंगे and I will put one more lecture, recorded lecture if possible. कुछ भी आवाज़ आ रहा है क्या? मतलब कुछ समझ आ रहा है क्या? ब्रेक होने की वजह
इट्स
से?
ब्रेकिंग मैम मतलब पूरा नहीं आ रहा वॉइस.
So should we stop the lecture? Are you getting whatever I told you? Okay, one thing we'll do, you can leave the meeting because if voice is cutting, it will not be recorded. Okay, in the next lecture, we'll see Euler's modified method. And if possible, if the network is good, then I will recorded lecture in which I will give you what is Euler's modified method. Okay?
ओके
Okay,
मैम.
ma'am.
सगळ्यांना येते
Okay,
का
ma'am.
हे प्रॉब्लेम? आवाज येत नाही का?
Yes ma'am, it's breaking so much.
Okay.